They say that the deepest wounds come from those closest to your heart. Let me tell you about a trusted companion, my blood brother, and how his betrayal taught me that even love must serve the greater purpose. When I was still young, struggling to build my first following among the scattered clans, I met a boy who seemed to understand the world as I did. My companion was clever, quick with words, skilled with the bow, and he dreamed of more than just surviving another winter. We became blood brothers, cutting our hands and mixing our blood while swearing eternal loyalty under the eternal blue sky. For years we were inseparable. We hunted together, fought together, shared our horses and our hopes. When I married my bride, yes, the same girl chosen for me years before, my companion stood beside me and spoke the ancient words. When my bride was kidnapped by an enemy tribe, it was my companion who helped me gather warriors for her rescue. That raid. It was the first time I truly felt the intoxication of leading men into battle. The enemy had taken my wife because they claimed my father had once stolen a woman from their tribe, my mother. They thought that it gave them the right to balance the ledger with my bride's body. They were wrong. My companion and I led 200 warriors in a dawn attack on their camp. I can still hear the thunder of our horses' hooves on the frozen ground, still smell the smoke from their burning yurts. When I found my bride in the tent of her captor, she was alive but changed. She was already carrying a child. Whether mine or his, we would never know, but she was alive, and that was enough. The boy born from that time, I raised as my own son. Blood is not always what makes a father, and strength is not what always that makes a warrior. This son would prove this to me many times over. But success has a way of revealing who your true friends are. After the raid, warriors began flocking to our banners. They saw that we could win, that we could take back what was stolen, that we could take and make the strong pay for their arrogance. But they had to choose. Would they choose me or my companion? For a time, we shared leadership. Brothers, we said, equal partners in building something greater. But the steppes did not tolerate two wolves in one pack for long. The clans began to whisper, who is the real leader? When orders conflict, whom do we obey? A kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. I began to see that our brotherhood was becoming a weakness that our enemies could exploit. The break came over something that seemed so small now, but revealed everything. During a great hunt, my companion's brother, a burly Mongol man, tried to steal horses from one of my followers. When my follower resisted, the companion's brother shot him dead. According to the laws of the steppe, this demanded immediate justice, blood for blood. I waited for my companion to deliver his brother for punishment. Days passed, then weeks. Instead of justice, my companion offered compensation, horses, silver, fine furs, as if a man's life could be balanced with property.
This is politics,
my companion told me when I confronted him.
We cannot afford to weaken ourselves with internal bloodshed. Be practical, brother.
I found his brother at a river crossing and put an arrow through his heart. Clean, quick, final.
You have killed my brother. You have betrayed our bond.
I have delivered the justice you were too weak to provide. A leader who will not protect their followers deserves to lose them. And lose them he did. That very night, dozens of my warriors came to my fire and asked to serve me instead. They had seen that I would risk everything, even my dearest friendships, to uphold the law and protect those loyal to me. Word spread across the steppes. I keep my promises. I deliver justice. I lead from the front. The final confrontation was inevitable. In 1201, we met. My forces against his, blood brother against blood brother. I remember the moment before the battle began, when my companion and I rode out between our armors for the ritual exchange of challenges. He was still beautiful in the way that had first drawn me to him. Tall and proud, sitting his horse like he was born to command. But there was something bitter in his eyes, something that spoke of choices that could not be unmade.
It didn't have to be this way. We could have ruled together. We could have been the greatest partnership the steppes have ever seen.
You chose comfort over strength, negotiation over action. You chose to be a politician when times demanded a warrior. This is exactly how it had to be. That battle was swift and decisive. My companions' forces were skilled, but they had fought for men who hesitated when decisive action was needed. My warriors fought for someone who had proven he would sacrifice everything, even his own heart, for victory. When it was all over, my companion escaped into the mountains with a handful of loyal followers. For years, he remained free, sometimes allying with my enemies, sometimes simply surviving in the wilderness, like a wolf whose pack has been scattered. When he was finally captured, betrayed by his own men for the bounty I had placed on his head, they brought him to me in chains. He was skinnier, older, marked by years of struggle, but still defiant.
Well, blood brother, here we are. Here we are at last.
He asked for an honorable death, the traditional execution reserved for noble enemies, quick and clean. But I could not grant it. His betrayal had cost me too much, had taken too many good warriors' lives, had delayed the unification that could have saved thousands from the chaos of tribal warfare. Instead, he died as a traitor, and I watched every moment of it, not from cruelty, but from necessity. A leader who must be willing to destroy even what he loves most when duty demands it. I love you, brother. I will never forget you.